Good morning. It's 7:30. Early start because I've got a big day today. I've just left Camp Schaefer. It started raining tea time last night and hasn't stopped since. So I've had to leave this morning with the rain jacket on. How long that stays on, I don't know. The girls have all left before me. This is still back at camp. He's getting ready to leave now. I've no doubt he'll overtake me in the very near future. Today is going to be a long day. It's about 27 k's all up because for the first time on this trip I'm deliberately double hutting. The next supposed stop is the town of Northcliffe, but there's nothing in Northcliffe. Very little accommodation, and I haven't arranged anything. So it's a 14k walk to Northcliffe, where I have a box waiting to be collected with supplies, and then this afternoon hopefully I'll reach Gardener Camp, which is another 17 k's down the track, and that'll be my stop for tonight. One of the nice things about today's walk is it's all downhill, leastways as much as I can tell. Halfway down this track today the map runs out. The guidebook doesn't, so I've got plenty of instructions, but if I wanted a map it's no good to me. New maps are waiting for me in Northcliffe. But for the first half of the day it's a nice cruisy walk, if a wet one. I was tempted to leave without my raincoat this morning. It looked like it was clearing up. I'm glad I didn't. Froggies. Very loud froggies. By the by, happy birthday to my sister Gail in Sydney. I would have sent you a Bibbulmun key ring, but I couldn't find one. Ever optimistic. I'm an hour and a half from the start. I've done about 6 k's, and despite the fact I'm soaking wet, blue skies are appearing. I would really love it if blue skies were to cover the sky. Got a couple of k's of these sandy tracks. They're a little harder to walk on than the forest floor, being sand, but that's something I'm going to have to get used to if I get right down the bottom. It's wet, so it's not too bad. We're warned that these tracks are used by cattle, and there's plenty of evidence of that. Fortunately, they only move the cattle first thing in the morning and last thing at night, so I won't be encountering herds of cows on my way. I'm also glad to say that the weather's getting better and better. The weather is, as usual, coming in from the west, and that is the west. Maybe by the time I get to Northcliffe I'll be dry. Well, that was a long straight road. I can see the best part of probably a kilometre. No sign of James coming up behind me yet, and when I started I saw no sign of the girls in front of me, so we're probably all travelling at the same sort of rate. Skies are getting better and better, and I'm thinking about taking this jacket off, although I wanted to see if I can get it a bit dry before I stuff it in my rucksack. We've got this old marri stump here, either fallen or harvested many years ago. It's reputed to be the biggest marri in the district. So much so they've even put a plaque on it giving its dimensions. Apparently it's 2.8 meters across one way and 10 meters across the other. It's a bit of an oval. I can certainly confirm that it's massive. Once again, civilization intrudes on the walk, and I've just crossed Middleton Road, which marks a bit of a highlight. On the journey down to Albany there are 8 maps, double-sided maps, to help guide us on our way alongside the guidebooks which I use. And when I cross Middleton Road I run out of map. I have completed both sides of the 5th map. Map number 6 is waiting for me in Northcliffe, so let's hope I don't get lost between here and there. Well, I've just crossed the Gardner River, a very picturesque little spot, and especially would have been in the sunshine. It's at that point that with his bigger, younger engine caught me up and overtook me. He's now strided off into the distance. It's a good job I didn't take my rain jacket off. The blue skies haven't lasted for very long, and the rain's back. I did manage to dry it a bit, but now we're getting all wet again. These rocks are so slippery when they're wet. It's exceedingly painful when you fall on your ass with a heavy backpack on your back. I'm within cooee of Northcliffe. It's not the halfway point of today's walk, but it is the halfway stage of today's walk. I will stop here for a rest, pick up the supply box from the visitor centre, pop into the shop, grab myself a decent drink and something a bit fresh to eat, take an hour's break, and then it'll be back on the track heading for Gardner. It's absolutely pouring down. Fortunately, I'm at the Northcliffe Visitor Centre, so I'm nice and dry. I've picked up my box, I've restacked the bag, which means that it's now at least 8 kilograms heavier than it was when I walked into Northcliffe. That will obviously diminish over time. But for the next leg of this journey today, I'm going to be going with an awfully heavy bag. Fortunately, I missed that. Well, this is Northcliffe. Seriously, this is it. Don't blink, you will miss it. Got a museum over there, post office over there, general store over there, and a cafe just down the road. Hotel there too, but not open on Mondays or Tuesdays. Okay, it's 12:30 and I'm on my way again. Nice break at Northcliffe. Toasted sandwich and a drink. I've restocked my bag, which means it's now exceedingly heavy, and we're off. Next stop is Gardner, and it's only 14 k's away, so not as far as I thought it was going to be. I've also just met some fans of the channel. I didn't get your names, I'm really sorry, I should have done. Had a great little chat with them. They are walking southbound, but they're staying here tonight, so I won't see them again. It was really lovely to meet you, and thank you for watching. The track out of Northcliffe follows this disused railway line, which always makes the track a little bit easier to follow. The weather looks like it's clearing up again, but then it fooled me like that before. As you saw while I was in Northcliffe, fortunately under cover, torrential downpour. I'm so glad I wasn't caught out in that. I would have been drenched for weeks. But now it's dried up again, and as of right now, looking quite bright. Scant 3 k's out of town, and we once again meet up with our river for the day, the Gardener. I'm afraid it's back. It's been getting grey for the last 20 minutes, and all of a sudden it's coming down hard. The Gardener River appears to be getting bigger. I arrived at Gardener campsite mid-afternoon, damp and tired. 2 of the crew were already there, and with the help of one of them and, despite the wet conditions, we got a roaring fire going. We used the fire to dry as much of our kit as possible, but as the afternoon wore on, the by now customary wet evening put an end to the flames. Join me again next time as I and some of the crew resume our journey south, with me unwittingly becoming someone else's pack horse.